everybody, happy Front Row Friday. It's Marilyn Sherman coming to you from Paris, France. And by the time you watch this video, my keynote speech will be over. So hopefully I'll be able to report to you that it was a huge success. That's what I'm trying to visualize as I'm practicing my speech today. And one of the stories I'm going to tell tomorrow is near and dear to my heart. I wrote about it in my Is There a Hole in Your Bucket List book. It's about tenacity and overcoming the obstacles that happen along the path to your front row. And the example I'm going to use is about Cricket Head. And Cricket was a horse trainer in France, and her father was a horse trainer and a breeder and a jockey, and her brother was a horse trainer and a breeder and a jockey. And she went to her father and said, I want to be a horse trainer as well. And he said, well, there are no women who do horse training. I mean, it's just not something women do. So the only way you can become a horse trainer is if you marry one. And she said, no, I want to be a horse trainer. So he said, okay, I will teach you everything I know. And she worked hard and she visualized and she was tenacious. And she wanted to be a horse trainer so bad. And she studied and she was an assistant. And it was finally time for her to get licensed. So she filled out all the applications. She went in to present the application and the committee denied her application. And she said, why? They said, you did everything right, but you're a woman and we don't have women who have a license to train horses. And she was perseverant. Is that a word? She persevered. She was tenacious. And she said, well, listen, you have to renew everybody's license every year anyway. Why don't you grant me this license? And if I don't perform, then you don't have to renew it next year. And they accepted that. And she became the first female horse trainer licensed in France. So the reason why I was drawn to the story is because I went to Deauville with Eve, and it's a horse auction. And in the program was a full page ad for this beautiful stud named Motivator. And I thought, wow, if I ever have a horse, I would name it Motivator. Well, come to find out that Motivator is the sire to one of Cricket's horses named Trev. And Trev was one of the first horses that she had bred and that she was training herself. And she brought this horse to an auction, and all she needed was 22,000 euros to break even. And no one bid on her horse, no one. And for perspective, a couple of months earlier, another horse named Chiquita was sold at that auction for 600,000 euros. So for 22,000, she said, okay, I will train Trev myself. And she did. And Trev started to win horse races. In fact, one of the first races that she won was a very prestigious race in France. And guess who came in second? Chiquita. So then Trev started to win even more races. And she was invited to race the largest horse race in Europe called the Arc de Triomphe. And guess what? Trev won it. So now Cricket is becoming one of the most well-known horse trainers in France. And Trev became this amazing horse that won every race that she was in. And then eventually the following year, she won the Arc de Triomphe for a second time in a row. And that hadn't been done in over 38 years. So Trev became the horse of the year. Cricket became horse trainer of the year. And it never would have happened if she was not tenacious when she was faced with an obstacle. We are going to have obstacles that prevent us from getting to the front row of our life. I want you to be tenacious. I want you to have courage, and I want you to persevere, and I want you to go for it anyway. If someone says no, maybe there's another way around it. Maybe there's another way, a compromise, a suggestion, so that you persevere and get what you want, just like Cricket did. So on this Front Row Friday, my friends, wish me luck on my first speech in Paris, which is a bucket list item for me. I've always wanted to speak. I'm doing it in English, but maybe one day, j'espère, je donner une conférence en France et peut-être en français, mais pas demain. Alors, have an amazing day and stay in touch, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.